Hey everybody, coming at you from Austin. I'm going to be here for the next month, so we're probably going to get quite a few videos going on here together. But I wanted to talk with you all a little bit about an easy way to make sure that you as an organization hit your quota by rejecting any type of hiring process that takes longer than 2 weeks. Now, I want to put a caveat out there. There are exceptions where someone's sick. There are exceptions where the candidate has something else going on. But your process should be, we're going to hire these people. We're going to make decisions within 2 weeks. Why does that matter? I want to talk about the competitive advantage to you as a hiring manager. First off, it's going to go show that you don't have a nonsensical bureaucracy. I was talking to a company the other day and they walked us through the 7 steps of interviews for SDRs. For SDRs, people coming straight out of school with no experience and 7 steps of interviews. Those candidates, especially the really good ones, they're going to go and already have 3 other job offers by the time that process is done. Another one I went through, it was 5 steps. Now, in this case, it was for a VP of sales. I understood 5 steps. I was like, but how do you make those happen back to back to back so you get it done within 2 weeks? So what I'm not saying is you have to have less people involved in the interview process, although I do recommend that. And I'm sorry, this road got a lot busier than I was expecting, so I'm sorry if you're hearing all those cars in the background. But anyway, what I'm not saying is you have to kick everybody out, even though my recommendation is that you have 2 people involved in each hire. Rare occasions where it's super cross-functional and you need to have them involved, or a lot more people involved. But in all cases, make it 2 weeks. So then, how does this create an advantage for you? Number 1, you're gonna be the first or second to get an offer to this candidate, which means you've got time just to spend. You know you want them. You've got the time just to go in and spend closing them. Too often, people are so focused on, is this candidate a good fit for us? They forget it's a big decision for their life. They're going to be changing their lifestyle. They're going to be changing what's happening inside of their literal bank account that enables them for their mortgage, that enables them for their hobbies, that enables them for their vacations, their car, whatever it is. This is a big decision for them. Are you the right hiring manager for them? Spending much more time helping them make that decision because you're so committed to them as an individual increases your likelihood they say yes. Secondarily, is it goes in and gives them an opportunity to ask a lot more questions to know the truth as it relates to working with you, for you, etc. So they should be a lot more comfortable, assuming that is a good decision for them, to go in and hire you. Third off, most interviews are a waste of time. The average company, when they go in an interview, they're full of unstructured interviews that are biased based on how much people ate that morning, how much they slept the night before, how they're feeling about their current team that moment. All of those things weigh in on unstructured interviews, and most companies aren't using structured interviews to go in and make their decisions, so it leads to even more bias in the process. A longer process with more biased interviews definitely doesn't help you. So what I work with companies over and over again when they bring us in to either help them hire or to go in and improve their revenue, we'll go in and we'll look at their interview process kind of first thing. How are they picking candidates? Are they picking the very best? Are their interviews predictive of success? And how long does it take them to make those decisions? If you're making your decisions on candidates in 2 weeks, and that could be this candidate's not a good fit, you waste less time. Each interview goes in and takes a hiring manager away from their current team to go in and interview that candidate. If you have 5 different hiring managers across 4 weeks interviewing them, you can think about it as that is 5 hours they weren't spending coaching and developing their team. And you might say, well, it's worth it. I agree, that hour is worth it, not 5. You don't need 5 people over 5 weeks doing that. If you're going to go in and force the time, do them back to back, force them to be structured interviews and get them done. If you can reduce the time to make decisions and then test how predictive those hiring managers are over 6 months in picking the right people, do the questions they ask lead to highly productive individuals, and then spend the extra time assessing your interview process instead of wasting it on unstructured interviews, you're way more likely to hit your quota. Last little stat, you go think about it, the average SaaS sales rep is going to take 18 months before they're highly profitable for you. Did you waste 6 weeks unnecessarily in that? You're hiring 10 people, you wasted 60 weeks of productivity, more than an entire entire quota for a whole year of a rep, because you wasted that much time. I hope that helps.